It is said that memory does not form in a child until they're past their earliest years, but this has never been true for me. No, Victor Von Doom remembers all. Some cold is so cold it burns you to your core, and I remember being angry, as I was when my mother had died, except this time my anger had become cold like mother's hands, cold like death, cold like the world. It takes far longer to strangle a man than I had imagined. I kept my hands locked around his throat for several minutes after he stopped struggling, just to be certain. And I looked into his eyes to see if there was any change from living to death. But I saw nothing. What I had instead was my mind, my ability to see further into the future than any scientist these men had ever encountered. That was Von Doom's passport into the new world. I've not come here for fun, and I have no need for another in my personal space. These insipid Americans, caring about nothing but sports and beer and manufactured romantic melodrama. The crying girls, distraught over their latest pitiful breakup. The cheerleaders, cheering for empty victories. All so pretty and vacant. My face was ruined, but worse still, in my scars I could still feel the demon's claws touching me. And when I looked at what was left of me, the cold fire touched me to my soul, and his voice echoed in my mind, accompanied by my mother's screams. I would not stay here, would not work for these smug Americans. It was my reliance on their technology that had weakened me, their effusive praise that made me think I was more than I was. But wherever I went, there was one thing that always dogged my steps, that haunted my days and my nights: my failure. I suppose my rooms must have looked like those of a madman, but a madman is often nothing more than a broken genius. Threats only work against men who have things to live for. Destiny has reared its terrible head once more, and I knew I must follow where it led. Destiny had called Victor Von Doom to the highest mountains, the most dangerous pass of the world, and there would be no turning back. Ever was I lost in my studies, and there was much to learn. What I hadn't counted on was how much I had changed, where before, though my heart was not filled with pity for the mass of mankind, I now found I looked at them as nothing more than gnats fluttering in my way, and I wondered how one such as I had ever sprung from the ranks of men. Victor Von Doom would not be like other men. No emotion, no pain, no cold or warmth would affect me again. Pain? That is for lesser men. From this day on, I know no pain. Laugh not at the peoples you oppress, soldiers of Latveria, for the time of your reckoning is at hand. So swears Dr. Doom. What you see before you is what I have made myself into, something beyond man. I do not expect you to understand. We prepare for war. This is no place for women. So began the march to war. A war I would bring to the very doorstep of the feeble man who thought himself my king. And within the sacred walls of his temple, his gods did not protect him from the iron hands of vengeance.